The praise of commendation is due to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the Lord of the universe. May He continue to shower His benediction and peace upon our leader, Muhammad, son of Abdullah, the leader of all apostles and the seed of all prophets. Amin. My Muslim brothers and sisters, let us fear Allah and accord His houses of worship the proper care. Those houses deserve from us. When we were young, we made our people apply a proverb in their adage. The adage that is full of wisdom. Whereas they used to say about a person who is very poor that he is even poorer than the rats living in a church. But we never had them say the same thing about the mosque. Why? It was because those rats that were living in our mosque in the past used to feed well. Different animals used to pick up their daily bread from the Muslims' masjids until situations changed. And many of us are no more paying attention to the affairs of our masjids. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is your own masjid now. Your own masjid has been seeking aid from outsiders. It has been asking for help from donors, as if it is saying, who else is there to lend Allah a generous loan so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase it for him manifold, so that Allah will pay him back twofold, so that with that he will be receiving a rich reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is in Surah Al-Hadid, verse 11. Oh, brothers and sisters of the same faith with me, dear faithful Muslims, your religion, Islam, urges you on spending upon the ways of lifting up its charitable projects, be that masjid or school or any other projects. And that is why the management of your masjid is hoping to have your cooperation with it by investing in this masjid just for the sake of Allah, Because whatever you spend on this masjid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will render it rewarding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the provider. Blessed be He, the powerful Lord, the strong Lord of all, who does not request provisions from us, but all that He is aiming at is to increase us in His graces, because the man we spend on the cause of his religion, the more He will be blessing us. And that is why your Lord says in Surah Allay, verses 5 up to 7, that as for whosoever that gives in charity and is pious and is a believer in goodness of what he is doing, then Almighty Allah will smoothen for him the path of ease. He will be finding things easy for himself. On the other hand, a person who is so stingy that he looks at himself as if he is self-sufficient, not knowing that Allah is the one that has been giving him. It's not by his own power. If he is greedy, miser, because he belies in goodness, he does not believe in the goodness of spending to help the cause of Allah, then Allah will also smooth for him path to inconveniences in his own life. He will always find things difficult. And then, when he dies and departs this world, when he breathes his last, all that he possessed will be of no use to him, because he will leave everything for other people to own. Why not wisely and judiciously spending them in the cause of Allah, knowing that some of the benefits that a person will be deriving from spending on this cause of Allah has been displayed in the words of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O servants of Allah. Your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anyone who ever donates an equivalent of a dried date, that's dabino, as small as it is, if he has earned his possession from a nice source, and as you know, Allah only accepts what is nice and pure. And then, that person who donates, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept his donation with his right hand. Although both hands of Allah are the right. You don't say that Allah is having right and left, because his both hands are for good things. Prophet Muhammad tells you here that Allah will accept whatever you donate, and then He will make it grow for you. He will let it grow for the donor in the same manner that you who have some cattle, you raise up your cattle the way you are dealing with your young horse that you are raising up and rearing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make your donation grow until it becomes like a very mighty and big mountain. That is how your reward will look like, as reported by both Imam Bukhari in number 1410 and Muslim in number 1014. O servants of Allah, for you to spend on running the affairs of your masjid will only be proving the strength of your faith in Allah. Only you can maintain your masjid. You cannot call on a non-Muslim to come and maintain your masjid for you. Although, if a non-Muslim gives you something, you will only receive such if you find that the donation will not be used against you. And you know that any alms, any charity, any sadaqah that you may be making will be purifying your property for you, because sadaqah will be erasing your sins, all your lapses, because all of us are fallible. We fall into errors. And as you know, it has been reported by Tirmidhi in hadith number 3025, what Imam al-Bani authenticated in Sahih al-Jami', that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no property will get reduced just because certain portion is taken out from it as charity. The Prophet now says, you Muslims should always give sadaqah. You should always donate. Donate for the running of your masjid. And then, one of the ethics of spending is that you spend when you are healthy, when you have sound health, and you know what you are doing, not when you fall sick, and then some other people will be making sadaqah on your behalf, asking Almighty Allah to let you recover your good health. As you are now healthy, try to spend from what Almighty Allah has given you. Spend at the time of need. This masjid is now in the time of need. Ramadan is knocking at the door, and this masjid has no cash to prepare for activities of Ramadan up till now. It is reported by both Imams Bukhari in number 1419 and Muslim in number 1032 that Prophet Muhammad was asked. The Sahaba radiyallahu anhu asked the Prophet, which sadaqah is greater in reward? The Prophet ﷺ replied them saying, that is when you make your donation by yourself while you are healthy and you still have the mind of increasing your wealth. Because you know, every business person is always greedy. He will always like his business to thrive. The Prophet said that it is when that your business is not thriving that you should try also to give out the right of Allah from your possession. Because that is the moment that you fear becoming poor again. And that is the time that you aspire to become richer than you are. That is why you should not be postponing. You should not be postponing. The way some people have been postponing the fulfillment of their pledges to this Masjid. While the management already told you that if you have pledged a huge amount, and as the financial situation is now, you can reduce it so that you will be punctual at the fulfillment. Also, there are some people who never pledged anything and they have been postponing. They have been postponing, saying, yes, inshallah, inshallah, I'm going to make my own pledge. When shall your inshallah come to materialize? Do you know when you are going to die? As the old people are dying, young people are also dying. The Prophet ﷺ says here, La tumuhim, do not postpone. Do not turn your own gesture to postponement upon postponement until when you are about dying, you are about breathing your last. You will now say, give it to person. This one I have place. And even without you saying this, whatever you are living will belong to other people. Why not wisely spending out of your possessions now as you are still hale and healthy? Therefore, I urge you to fear Allah as much as you can. Keep your duty to Allah. Listen to Allah's advice. Obey the commandment of Allah's messenger. And therefore, spend good things that will benefit you when you die. Because a person who will will be able to control his own greed. As Al-Quran Karim put it in Surah Al-Taghabun, verse 16, those will be the prosperous ones here and hereafter. They will be first here and in the hereafter. Because Allah will be happy with them here, and when they die, Allah will also be happy with them. The way Allah is happy, when He says about the Sahaba, radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu. Allah is pleased with them, and they are also pleased with the reward that they now have from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Try to present something good for yourself before you die. When we lost our brother here, at that young age, all of us are talking well about him because of what he has done to this masjid. We don't pray that any of our youth will die again, but what I'm saying in essence is that you should always bear this in mind. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone knows when everybody is going to die. And as in verse 17 of this same Surah Al-Taghabun, if you lend Allah a generous loan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will pay you back twofold and will forgive you your sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is appreciative and forbearing. In verse 18 he says, He is the all-knower of the unseen and the visible thing. If Allah has given you much, but you are pretending as if you are poor or that you don't have much, Allah knows. Although people may not know, because only Allah knows the invisible, but your Creator knows. Allah Ta'ala is Aziz, Almighty, Hakim, very, very wise in all of His undertakings. May Almighty Allah count you and I among those He described as whenever they hear good talk, they always take up the best of what they have heard. Say Amin. Nobody is to say Amin. Are you saying Amin to this? May Almighty Allah accept our prayer. Let's forget to always say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah continue to shower His benediction and peace upon the Prophet, His household, all of His companions. And may Almighty Allah be pleased with them and with us, all together with them. Amin. 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 Rise up, let us observe our human prayer, so that henceforth we will now go on spending on this Masjid. Say Amin now. Amin. So